Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy, Help with Gadgets, and we've got a really cool knife here to take a look at today. This is the Richard Rogers Letto Flipper, and this is another one of the knives that's on loan to me from Fred the Lug. Really appreciate him allowing me to take a look at this knife, do a disassembly cleaning, review this knife, and all that kind of stuff. And this one's pretty cool. We'll get into that in just a minute, though. Let's go ahead and look at the specs of it. You're looking at a 3.5-inch blade, almost just short of 8 inches overall. And let's grab the handy dandy scale here. Tear that out and set this on it. 3.3 ounces, which is pretty good. That's not a heavy knife at all. Let's go ahead and compare it to some of the knives that you may be familiar with. We have the CJRB Pyrite. We have the QSP Penguin. Of course, those are not going to be quite as long. Let's see what is going to be about comparable to the size. Let's see. There's the Militao, Kaiser Militao. I don't think the Miguron's going to be a little bit shorter there. And of course, we have the Benchmade 940, which is probably going to be fairly similar in size. And then you've got the Spyderco PM2, which is going to be much bigger, and it's going to take up a good bit of space in pocket, whereas this one's not taking up very much space. Okay, thickness, there it is against the 940. It's just a little thicker than the 940. Here's the QSP Penguin, so it's about the same as the Penguin, and probably a little bit thinner. There you go. The CGRB Pyrite's a little bit thinner there. As far as in pocket, there you have it against the Pyrite. It's probably going to be more comparable to the 940, and that's probably about it. There it is against the Ozark Trail, to give you an idea. Let's go ahead and get a pair of pants out and set that down here and take a look at how it looks in pocket. It's not quite a deep carry knife, but they're just a little bit sticking up there, and you see the nice milling there peeking up there. Nice clip with some milling there, and that's how it looks. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and get a nice look at this knife. Looking at the milling on it and the matching milling there on the pivot, with it being a different color. You've got the scales there, kind of wraps around there a little bit. I like that. Just beautiful craftsmanship from Richard Rogers. Blade steel on this, from all I can tell, it's CTS-XHP, which I don't have a lot of experience with, but apparently it sharpens up quite nicely. And that's about all I can say. I don't know. It's a stainless-ish type of or formulation of blade. So not entirely stainless, but it does a pretty good job of it, apparently. The finish on this is like a Stonewash, and I really like that finish. There is no lanyard hole. There's no jimping except here on the flipper, which then will be right here on when you open the knife up. Opening methods, this one's pretty much it's a flipper. That's pretty much it. And it does a really good job of that. It is, let's see if I can actually fail this. I tried to just barely press on this until it broke, and it just, and the sound on it, is great. This is just a really cool knife. It also comes with a very cool price tag. From what I can understand, probably somewhere around $1,300. And again, this is made by Richard Rogers, so it's a custom knife, and but a very cool knife. Really appreciate Fred letting me check this out. I have tried some of, or I have owned some of Richard Rogers' production knives in the past, and I thought those were really cool. So when I had the opportunity to check this one out, really like it. As I showed, D10 on this thing is good. I mean, I could probably sit there and just flip that most of the day, and probably drive my wife crazy doing so. But it had a little ting to it. Ha! Hopefully the mic caught that little ting that's doing right there. Don't know why. Haven't heard that before, but apparently flipping it like that gives a little ting, and that's pretty cool too. Lockup is as demonstrated on the screen here. You see the scalping there and there, which allow you to get access to that lock bar. Even though this is a thin knife, it's more of a I think they want to call it I think maybe Richard Rogers may have called it a gentleman's tactical folder, which I would just call it a gentleman's folder, because that's kind of what it looks like to me. Very thin, somewhat reminiscent of the, well, no, I'm not even going to say that, because it's totally different. Scale material, you've got the titanium, and this particular model that's the milling that you get on this. You can check out my disassembly cleaning video if you want to see the innards of this one and how it looks when it's disassembled. Fit in the pocket, I showed you that. That's really good. If you've got it in pocket, it doesn't take up a lot of space this way. It's fairly long, but not too much so. If you're having to reach in to get something else out of your pocket, which you would want to be very careful carrying anything in pocket. This is, again, $1,300 of a gentleman's knife. So there you go. All right, this is a comfortable knife. Just about any grip that you get with it is comfortable. This is I want to say it's pretty much a hollow grind. Let's see. Yeah, it's got a slight hollow to it, in my opinion. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that to be a slight hollow grind. But very cool knife. If I had unlimited funds, this would probably be one that I would choose to have, because it's just got that cool factor to me. Looks very nice. Would be something that would want to carry in a suit pocket or something like that. Just my opinion. But although it looked pretty good in the jeans too. So there you go. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this knife. Price withstanding, what do you think about this knife? Because I know that's going to be polarizing for some folks. And that's okay, because we've got all different tastes and budgets and all that kind of good stuff. This is not in my budget range, don't believe. All right, so hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. Hope to see you again soon. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, really appreciate you watching.